What a game to start everything off here in Europe. I mean, people said that you guys didn't look as good in the off-season, but it looks like you've had quite a lot of preparation. Tell us about preparing for this huge first matchup.
Well, we practice. I hate this.
It's kind of annoying, but you'll be fine.
Okay, you should have taken me for this interview with this noise. We prepare for this game a lot, because it was like the first game. It was versus Gambit, so we wanted to make sure we could play better than we did the last games. Like in Bogota and IM Cologne, we practiced a lot, but we didn't prepare for any matchup. Since this one was the first game and we knew for a long time, we're like, okay, let's prepare for Gambit at least all we can, even in picks and bans and what we want to play. So yeah, we practice a lot more. Not a lot, just since we know, but we still practice a lot and it worked out. We prepare for Gambit really good.
So let's talk about the game itself then, and specifically the fact that you left open probably the two strongest tanks right now in terms of Mundo and Shyvana. What was the thinking behind that? Was this Trundle planned all along?
Mostly, there are so many tanks top lane that we didn't care. There is Renekton, there is Mundo, there is Shyvana, there is Olaf, there is even Trundle kind of works. So we didn't really care. We prefer to pick Annie or some other champion because we know we're gonna get a top laner anyways. There is no way they can pick them all.
You say you didn't really care, but we all know how strong these tanks are in the top lane. And Soaz has also mentioned, this is not Fnatic's meta, but I kind of feel like it's just not Soaz's meta. Is this not a one-trick pony, maybe, that Trundle pick?
Well, yeah, it's for sure it was better before when Soaz could play whatever he wanted. It was much better for him because he's really a skill and he can just play assassins and AP even better. With tankies, you don't really get to show your skill level that much. But I think we will still manage. It's about practice. If he has to play tanks, he will play tanks. He will do good. It won't look so good because tanks are used about not dying and getting in the middle and getting hit by everything. But it's just about practice. I think if we practice, we are going to get used to the meta.
What about Alex's choice against you, LeBlanc? He locked that in instantly when he got around to his pick. Were you expecting that from him, and how was the lane matchup for you?
Well, I thought he would pick Orianna or LeBlanc is what I was expecting, actually. LeBlanc matchup versus Orianna, it was fine. It's fine normally, but since I went for the first blood, when I came back to lane, he was level 2, so I couldn't really last it because he was level 2, I was level 1. He just QW me and win the trade instantly. After that, I had to play defensive, and it was still fine because I knew I wouldn't fall behind or die one-on-one. But then when the Shyvana came to gank me, I tried to bait her too much. I still have flash up, but I wanted to bait her. I couldn't flash in the last second, because I was there for half a second more than I thought. And then Cyanide didn't get the kill. It would have been really good if I was able to flash and Cyanide got the kill. That was my plan. But besides that, I think it's an equal matchup. At late game, Orianna is just a beast with the ultimate.
You mentioned, Shyvana, that Diamond was in the mid lane and in the beginning was very heavy in your jungle and actually putting so much pressure on Cyanide. How did you guys deal with that as the game went on? Because he still didn't seem to be able to put that much pressure on it as the game went on.
Yeah, that's what everyone in the team was saying. I think Cyanide, so Reckless around, they were saying, yeah, he's fed, but he's not going to carry along, so whatever. Just keep playing the game and let him do whatever he wants.
So what about that fight, the 4-0 at Dragon about 20 minutes in, actually only 8 minutes really before the end of the game as it turned out. You end up with a 4-0. Reckless at that point was 6-0. You went on to take Baron there. Was that the big point in the game for Fnatic?
Yeah, I think before that we were starting to play really good, make good rotations, and we were taking the control of the map. But yeah, after the 4 kills and Barons, we knew the game was pretty much over unless if one was off brain lag and flash into a turret or something.
Now, that was just your first game of the day. It was very impressive. It must have given a little bit of fear in Alliance. You'll be facing them later. What are the general thoughts of that matchup?
I have no idea what to say. Like, I was more scared about Gambit at first because it's the first game. I came into this match like a bit nervous, like the first game of the LCS. If we lose, everyone is going to say we suck. If we win, everyone is going to say we were good. So I was really nervous about these ones. Alliance, we will see how that works. We have now 2 hours to prepare something for them, and hopefully we figure out something good.
How do your nerves work, Peke? Because you're probably one of the most experienced players that we've got in a stage like this. Of course, a good audience here, a big audience. You're used to that. So how is it that you're still nervous, and how does that how does your nervousness now compared to when you first started?
I think they are a bit less, but they are almost the same. Like when the game starts, I feel like butterflies in my stomach. Then I'm just like a bit nervous, but I think that make me focus a lot more, because when I'm nervous, I'm really scared of making small mistakes. So I'm really, how would you say this? Like I take care of doing everything perfectly, or try to, and not ever die, never go into a bad position. Always try to play perfectly. So I like to be nervous, and after 5 minutes in the game, normally it goes away.
Okay, well, the nerves were under control in this game. Very impressive first game from Fnatic. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And now it is time for our second matchup. So let's send it over to D-Man and Quickshot for game 2.
Thank you very much, Shox. It is time for the Copenhagen Wolves to take on